If you're working hard, but you always feel like you're a step behind, no matter how much you make, you're not the problem. Nobody taught us how to manage money like the wealthy do. But once I started learning how the 1% moves with money, honey, the game changed. Let's level up. You just gotta do it scared. These are the simple principles I consistently follow that today I get to take a break from corporate America because I'm sitting on an active real estate portfolio. See, the 1% just manage money differently, and we were not taught that. They don't save money to just let it sit. They give every dollar a job. They build systems that grow their money without needing to even babysit it. It's not, oh, I heard about this stock, let me go ahead and buy it. Or, oh, I heard this stock is going down, let me hurry up and go take my money out. We need to be very intentional. Separate your money to invest, for bills, or even for spending. One of the greatest things I've learned with investing, it doesn't matter how much you start with. It matters how you use what you have. I always tell the story of starting out with barely a $12 an hour job. I came to learn the value of paying myself first, and I opened my first high yield savings account, and I put money in there automatically, and I said, this money, I am going to see $100,000 in this account, and I'm going to invest. And even when you start small and you start to see this account growing slow by slow, it does something to your brain chemistry. So separate your money with purpose. Trying to manage all your money from just one checking account, it's not gonna cut it. We're stopping that. See, what I learned from that coworker, I call him my millionaire next door, that he was the one that introduced me to investing and learned about ETFs and all that stuff, was he created different accounts for different goals. Something like a spending account, where your bills and everyday spending happen. An emergency account, put about 3 to 6 months, and the way the economy is going right now, go closer to 6 months of your living expenses untouched. High yield savings account or a money market account will be perfect for this type of account. A growth account, this is for investing. Money should be coming into this account if you've organized yourself properly like clockwork every single month, because that's how you're going to win in this game. And then let's add on a freedom account. This is where you're stacking up for your dreams. It could be the business, it could be the car, it could be travel. See, I don't want you taking it out of your investment account to go and buy a car. I want you to build that so that it's sustainable for you in the long run. See, it doesn't matter if you're making $50,000, $150,000, or $550,000. These accounts will help you stay organized and control. Now, step 2, automate like the boss that you are. Automation allows you to set things up and relax. This is why you need a good job, okay? We might not like the jobs, but y'all gotta use them. So creating automation around putting your money into different accounts really gives you control. It puts the power back in your hands. And especially if you're starting to see results from, let's say, a money market account or a high yield savings account, you're starting to see some growth, it excites you to continue to put towards an investment account. So here's how you're gonna set it up. And don't worry, I can give you some percentages on where it goes, on what goes where and all that stuff. Now on payday, money hits your main account. Automatically, some of that goes into your emergency savings if you're still building that up. Some to investing, you're paying yourself. Some to your bills, you gotta live. And yes, put a little aside for, a little fun money and take care of those loans, especially those high interest credit card debt. You don't have to be perfect about this. It's about creating a system, an automation that allows for things to be easier for you to achieve your goal. Now in step 3, use the 50-30-20 rule to create balance. So if you're not sure what goes where, try this simple rule. Put 50% of your income towards your needs. So that'll be your rent, your groceries, your bills, and your so forth. 30% of your income will go towards your wants, the dinner, the Netflixes, and all the fun stuff. And 20% of your income, put it towards savings, giving, investing, and paying off debt. Now adjust these numbers to fit your life. But the goal is you're being intentional with where money is going when it comes in. When I set these accounts up properly, I don't create a budget to restrict me. It actually frees up more options for me. I get to see exactly where my money is going. I can be accountable for it. And it's exciting to see that I'm actually growing a portfolio here. Next, mindset shift. I want you to go from spending to building. A mindset shift needs to happen. See, I wasn't taught how money works. See, we were taught to hustle, maybe even save a little, or maybe just make ourselves look like we have money, but not how to keep it or multiply it. This is the mindset shift I'm talking about. You have to start seeing every dollar like an employee. Take some of your hard-earned money and ask yourself, what job can I give this dollar so that it can make me $1.50, $1.20. Because what I realized was that every dollar that I managed properly yesterday is the dollar that I'm able to leverage today. I remember when I set these systems up, I wasn't making six figures back then. I remember there was a point where I was just trying to stop overdraft fees. Okay, this is when you got to switch banks, okay, and leverage what works for you. So I set up the accounts and I automated what I could every single month. And then when I could bump it up, when my career was growing, when I was getting bonuses, I'd bump it up into those accounts, especially my investment account, because now I had created a sustainable kind of lifestyle with a smaller portion of what I was earning and making. My emergency fund is good. My loans are taken care of. Therefore, I can turn around and invest more into my investment account. And I remember telling myself that I deserve to have a life that money is not a problem or concern. And years later, that consistency turned into profits on an ETF portfolio that laid the groundwork to fund my real estate portfolio. It didn't all happen at once. Time and compound interest. Now, I love my comments because someone say, but Rosie, what if I don't make enough to even start investing? Well, it's the habit that I want you to start getting familiar and comfortable with. So even if it is as little as $5-10 a month, open that account, because certain accounts allows you to buy a fraction, which is a small portion of the total share of an ETF. You can buy a fraction. They're called fractional shares. You can buy that and see that small portion grow, that in a couple months, you'd be more excited to put more in there because you've leveled up to get even a higher paying job. Or, Rosie, I just don't even know where to start. What if I mess up? Rosette, I gotta tell you, you will mess up. We all do. But every step that you take, you're building a muscle. And if you have the fundamentals, you're able to mitigate your risk much better. Because when I look back all on my journey of investing, there are lessons where I'm like, wow, I can't even believe I fell for that or I did that. Right? But it's through those experiences that I've been able to learn that allows me to mitigate my risk a bit more as I continue to invest. Or someone might say, I just feel behind. I don't even know if it's even worth starting. First off, you're not behind. You're alive. You've got time. Even if it's one ETF that you can get and consistently invest in that, a solid one that tracks the S&P 500 or has strong past performance and trajectory for growth, and you did that, it can move you towards the direction that you were not at even just a year ago. It's just about having a plan that works, a plan that has been researched, a plan that has ETFs in it that allows you to steward your money properly and follow the growth of the market so you can take advantage of it. You don't have to be a money expert. You don't have to even have it all figured out today. You just need to take that first step. Open that account. We weren't taught this, but that changes with us. You're allowed to manage money differently, to be the first to build something better. And your future self is going to thank you because you did it scared.